Published, 1648 Eastern Standard Time, 5 January 2018. Updated, 1856 Eastern Standard Time, 5 January 2018. Smart move playing him. There were those who thought Jurgen Klopp had erred, plunging Virgil van Dijk into the derby for his debut. Certainly, when he missed a free header in front of the Kop 4 minutes before Everton equalised. It could ruin a man's confidence, that. Fortunately, Liverpool's record acquisition is made of stronger stuff. That's what you pay £75 million for. So when, with 5 minutes to go, Liverpool won a corner on the left, up went Van Dijk again. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain struck an in-swinger, and there was Liverpool's instant hero, rising with goalkeeper Jordan Pickford, getting there first, winning the game against Liverpool's oldest and nearest rivals. Virgil van Dijk headed home late on his Liverpool debut to seal victory, and booked their spot in the fourth round of the FA Cup. The Liverpool players celebrated wildly in front of the Kop with Van Dijk after his winning goal in the Merseyside derby. James Milner showed great composure to send Jordan Pickford the wrong way from the spot to give Liverpool the lead. Liverpool were awarded the penalty after Holgate was adjudged to have fouled Adam Lallana in the penalty area. Gylfi Sigurdsson had drawn the sides level when he got on the end of an Everton counter-attack to slot in from outside the box. Julian Dix was the last Liverpool player to be given a debut in the derby, in 1993, but he didn't come with the weight of expectation that accompanies Van Dijk. Opinion was divided on whether throwing him in was sensible given the frenetic nature of this fixture, but the player was certainly up for it, and did his defensive duties well, too. He's not really there to score goals, but could have got to, had Oxlade-Chamberlain's free kick after 63 minutes set up his first. Instead, that time, Van Dijk gave Pickford little to do, and could then do nothing as Everton broke to get back in the game. Sam Allardyce drew here earlier in the season, but, if anything, Everton were better on Friday. The goal was a magnificent piece of counter-attacking, started by Yannick Bolasie on the left, feeding substitute Ademola Lookman, on for Wayne Rooney, wisely removed before he picked up a second yellow card, who played the ball into Phil Jagielka. Holgate shoved Liverpool forward Roberto Firmino off the pitch as the ball was trickling out of play in the first half. Firmino ended up in with the Liverpool supporters after Mason Holgate pushed him over the advertising board. The Brazilian raced over to confront the Everton defender after the altercation, but the referee Robert Madley intervened. The Liverpool fans hold up their scarves and sing along as "You'll Never Walk Alone" rings around Anfield. Prior to kick-off, Firmino controls an awkward ball that was fizzed into him as Everton defender Phil Jagielka looks to move in tight. Keep what Everton's centre-half was doing, sprinting upfield, who knows, but it worked and he picked out Gylfi Sigurdsson arriving late. His finish, low, precise, left keeper Loris Karius with no chance and delighted the blue contingent behind the goal. Van Dijk could only look on in envy and wait for his moment to come. He may not have expected it so soon, either. Yet, once the dust settles on what was a very positive night for Liverpool in so many ways, there may be repercussions over a first-half controversy involving Roberto Firmino and Everton defender Mason Holgate. That it also involved perhaps the Premier League's least convincing match official in Bobby Madley is sadly par for the course these days. Madley didn't have the best holiday season, and nor did many of the teams he refereed, and some will say he fell for one again here with Liverpool's opener, a penalty. He didn't. It was a foul, but it's also fair to say Adam Lallana's fall was unnecessary and exaggerated. The whole incident could be recast as a riddle. When is a dive not a dive? When it's a foul anyway. Without doubt Holgate put his arms around Lallana to limit his movement, although it was hardly a vice-like grip. Lallana responded by collapsing to the floor as if manhandled. Put it like this, if such contact was really enough to fell a human being, the ballrooms of Britain would be lousy with prone dances. So a penalty, but one that left a slightly nasty taste, although James Milner was entirely unaffected, clipping his kick down the middle, cool as you like. That, however, was only the start of it. Everton midfielder Wayne Rooney goes flying in on Joe Gomez to set the tone but picks up a yellow card in the process. Liverpool new boy Virgil van Dijk screams out orders to try and organise the defence as they prepare for an Everton set-piece. Liverpool's Milner times his sliding challenge to perfection to halt Yannick Bolasie's charging run down the right flank. Liverpool forward Adam Lallana jumps in the air to compete to win a flick-on with Everton midfielder James McCarthy-Gomez tries to control a bouncing ball but is penalised by referee Robert Madley for a high boot on Rooney. Gylfi Sigurdsson and Emre can simultaneously slide in for a crunching 50-50 challenge during the first half at Anfield. Defender Van Dijk looks to show Bolasie down the left as the winger dribbles into the Liverpool penalty area. Holgate was clearly still fuming 5 minutes later, when he chased Firmino out towards the near touchline. The Brazilian got there first, but as he slowed to avoid sprinting into the hoardings, he felt a double-handed push on his back that propelled him off the pitch and into the crowd. It was a stupid, irresponsible act from Holgate, one that could have caused injury were it not for pure good fortune. Firmino was seething and ran back onto the pitch, seeking confrontation. And now it gets complicated. Whatever Firmino said sent Holgate berserk, and he laid both hands on Madley to pull him back and draw attention. An unsightly melee ensued, with claims on all sides. We're back in the realms of lip-reading, unfortunately. Holgate seems to believe he was racially abused. Those familiar with Firmino's native tongue say after calling Holgate loco, the insult used was filo da puta, son of a bitch, or whore. Yet that is not to say Holgate is lying, and, in the current climate, it is hard to imagine there will not be an investigation. To add to the complication, the Everton bench said Firmino spat at Holgate, although there is little evidence to support that accusation. It is hard to imagine there will not be an investigation. Yet Madley ducked it all, even the push. Not so much as one card was shown. John Moss, the fourth official, then got involved, one presumes, to report the spitting allegation. All that can be said is we haven't heard the last of it. Back to the football. Did Liverpool deserve the win? Yes. It wasn't the best game in terms of goalmouth action, but what there was, mainly came in red. Lallana missed a one-on-one and Pickford made a superb save from Andrew Robertson. Everton did not get much on target, unless one counts the foul by Rooney on Joe Gomez. Even Madley couldn't miss that. Everton midfielder Rooney gets tangled up with Kane after the pair clashed during the first half at Anfield. Andrew Robertson does well at the back post to ride the challenge of Dominic Calvert-Lewin and flick behind for a corner. Liverpool goalkeeper Loris Karius spills the ball from an Everton free kick and falls awkwardly as Kane looks to mop up.